Today on the channel, adrenaline starts to flow. You're thrashing all around, acting like a maniac. Whiplash.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another He-Man, the Masters of the Universe Masterverse unboxing and review. And today from New Eternia, we got the deluxe Whiplash. But for all your Whiplash needs, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $59 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And this one, I think as of right now, is a Target exclusive or maybe a limited time Target exclusive. As we've talked about on the channel before, putting the old business hat on, a lot of retailers, not just Targets, Walmarts, but everybody under the sun is looking for ways to draw the consumer into their stores. That is why we're seeing so many exclusives. That's why we're seeing more timed exclusive. Okay, Target, you get this for 90 days. After that, it's going to go to other places. We're going to see more and more of that in the toy industry, across the board, in the food, groceries, t-shirts, you name it. We're going to see that more and more. So stay tuned for that. Be on the eye for that. Know what you're dealing with when you're out there. So there you go. But we're, of course, going to do this review like we do all the reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And we're thrashing all around with a little Whiplash here today. Big, heavy figure in there. Looking good, of course, from the new Eternia Whiplash. Big window box. So if you meet Whiplash out on the street someday, you can get him to autograph the front for you. You got that nice window box for autographs. Looking good. Masterverse on the top. Of course, the UPC that goes nowhere. Nobody knows what it does. 30 points of articulation. Oh, my gosh. We got Whiplash, the tail thrashing warrior. He loves his thrash metal, of course. Big Metallica fan. Whiplash, old school Metallica fan. Back from when they first went to San Francisco is what I was told. I don't know. You'll have to check that. Somebody fact check it. There he is on the side there. Got his torch. I love this torch he comes with, too, as an accessory. Then on the back, got some beautiful artwork. Of course, we got the blurb. We're going to read that. Got the cross-sell down below. We've unboxed every single one of those on the channel, so make sure you check out those videos if you did miss them. Let's see what our old friend Whiplash is up to, huh? The chaotic cataclysm that shattered New Eternia ripped open a portal to a terrifying dimension known as the Demon Zone. The Night Demon Zone? Oh, could be. Home of the powerful reptilian race, the Caligar, and their leader, Whiplash. The merciless brute conquers New Eternia island by island as he crushes all who stand in his way with the savage power of his thick-hided tail. He later went on to move to San Francisco and audition for the bass player's job in Metallica after the unfortunate passing of Cliff Burton in Europe. Maybe I just made that up. Who knows? You'll have to fact check that. You'll have to get your own figure. You'll have to figure it out. There you go. But let's get old Whiplash out of the package here. See what all the fuss is about. There's always fuss with the Masterverse. There it is. That nice brick background. Up high. See you later. And plastic prison time. We got a giant on our hands. A giant Whiplash. But let's cut him out. He's got... Looks like he's locked in at the old feet. Oh my gosh, he's locked in all over the place. The bane of my existence, these little twist ties. I get it. You got to keep these things protected. You got to do it. But Whiplash being an army builder is an interesting turn of events. I don't know if I knew that or not, or maybe I just forgot it. But could we get some of his minions maybe one of these days? Wouldn't that be something? Maybe some smaller little reptilian guys, things like that. I'd be here for it. Let's pull his accessories out. Maybe. He's got extra hands. Got to have those. Oh, my gosh. Oh, pardon the noise. Uh-oh. Lost his helmet. And we got the big old tail going on. There it is. Whiplash. See you later. Goodbye. Twist ties all over the place. Bam. Off to the side. All right. We're getting down to business here. Let's look at all these accessories first. Let's start with all of that. And, of course, we're going to start with the hands. Got to start with the hands. He's got two gripping hands out of the package. But, man, Whiplash didn't come to mess around from the old Demon Zone. He's got some fists of fury. He's got two fists there. Nice reptilian kind of scaling going on. Just some ugly green hands here. But he's ready to throw down at a moment's notice with those. Then we do get his iconic spear. I guess we'll call it a spear, all in orange here. He's had this over over different figures over the years. But very nice touch to the past, of course. Got the nice spear on there. I am definitely here for that. Then we got a nice little battle axe. Once again, it's all in gray, but you got some dings and dents. This is an axe that's seen some use. He just doesn't have this in storage. He's using this against people. So we got a nice axe. Got the little ribbing around the handle there. Definitely does look good. And then we do get this torch, and this torch is very interesting here. Does that come off? Oh, it does come off. Look at that. So you got the torch without the flame. It doesn't really do a lot for me without the flame, but the flame does come off. But you put the flame on there. You can have this if he's ready to take on Frankenstein in his castle. He's marching up there. He's with the old pitchforks and all that kind of stuff. You could have that. You could reenact that scene. But a nice little torch here, looking really good. Like the white handle on it. A very good effect, and one of those effects you could maybe carry on into other toy lines if you really wanted to. Like the looks of that. Then we do get the tail here. Of course, this will just plug in on old Whiplash, but it is bendy. It is a bendy tail, so you can move it around, back and forth, side to side. Almost looks like the tail of an alligator is kind of what it reminds me of here. All in green, definitely looking nice. Got a different color green compared to the top and bottom. They got different color greens going on. I think that looks really good, so I'm here for that. I'm sure it plugs in very easily into his back. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, it doesn't plug in easier than that. I don't think anything's ever that easy. He does come with a nice helmet here. The helmet is removable. Got some nice horns on it. Got some steel, some purple. Don't really think of him with a horn. Of course, this is the new Eternia get-up with all this get-up going on there. You take off some of this, take off the helmet, you can get your classic Whiplash. So technically, in a lot of ways, this could be a 2-in-1 figure if that's the game you are playing there. Now we're going to dive through with Whiplash. We're going to dive into his articulation. We got the arms that go all the way around. Got the bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows. Hits being played right here at the table. Hands back forth, side to side. Now you can take the hand off, and you can also take off these forearm cufflinks if you want to. So you can remove those if need be. Head back forth, side to side, a very small head compared to his body, and we've seen that a lot in the Masterverse line, as long-term collectors do know. But the head is back and forth, side to side. Head, of course, going to be removable. You do get the hula hoop at the top, then the traditional waist articulation. Big old Whiplash splits if you need to. You do get the thigh cut. Double jointed, pinless knees. A little bit loose in that thigh cut, though, I will say. But you do got the double jointed, pinless knees. Boot cut, I'm sure. Yep, got a boot cut. And then you got the ankle articulation as well. He's got some very fine Terry Steinbach-like shin guards going on there. And then he's got almost like bird feet is what it reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of bird feet, but nice blue color going on there. He does have a weird body stance to him that I'm just noticing now, is he's like kind of permanently crouched, like Terry Steinbach behind the plate for the Oakland A's back in the day. He's just crouched down at his knees. He's not getting up for anybody. But he does have that crouch to him. So a little interesting sculpt. Even if you bend the knees, it really doesn't do a lot for you. So a little interesting there. He does got the spikes on the side of the legs as well. Talked about it a little bit, but he does have all this new Eternia get-up. He's got the harness over the top in purple with some fur kind of around it. You got the nice belt as well, which is going to be removable. Got Eternia's fanciest loincloth underneath this belt. So for those keeping track at home, he's shopping there too. Even from the Demon Zone, apparently. They must ship like Amazon, maybe. Who knows? But definitely looks good. Of course, big bulking figure. He is a big figure in the Masterverse line. There's no doubt about it. His head is interesting. It definitely looks like Whiplash. We've had a few different interpretations of the way Whiplash looks over the years, as we do know. But this one does have the big two front tusks there. And then you got one that's kind of there, but like kind of broken off. So he's got some gnarly teeth. There's no doubt about it. He's a dentist's dream at the end of the day. He just got that spike over the top of his head, very reptilian-like. Almost kind of looks like a hair, like a mohawk going on. Big old pointy ears, and then some bumps and things like that all over it. He's definitely face only a mother could love, some might say there. But definitely cool skin color throughout on him. A little darker green in the chest to match the big long tail. Then you get kind of the lime green in the arms, the hands, the head, the thighs, and the knees. Definitely an interesting one, and one that kind of has a built-in stand for him. He's almost like a tripod with this big extra tail. So you really don't need a Mattel ringside collectible stand for him, but just in case you were wondering, what do you know? He fits on a stand. They always do. They always do in the Mattel Masterverse line. So he does fit there very well. Let's put this helmet on him, see how he looks. Definitely looks interesting. I don't know. It's just not my Whiplash. The new Eternia version, it's too foreign to me. I guess it'll have to grow on me a little bit. But I like the choose your own adventure here. I like the 2-in-1 aspect. You can buy multiples, mix them up, have different shelves. There's a lot of stuff you could do with these. That's pretty cool. What I've been doing for a lot of these 2-in-1 figures is playing a little bit of that waiting game, waiting for clearances, waiting for big sale events, swooping in and getting a second one down the line. we'll see what happens with this Whiplash. It is still very, very early. He hasn't even hit retail stores yet, but Target just recently put him up for pre-order, so head on over to Target if you're looking for Whiplash. Sounds like that's where you're going to get him at first, at least. But of course, got some comparisons of Whiplash. The last one we got was in the Origins line, of course. Similar but different, as we always say, but you can kind of see him right next to him. From the Origins line, a very cool figure, of course. And then, of course, you guys know I'm a Classics guy, so we got him in the Masters Universe Classics line as well. I always go back and forth with my heads. Usually I store everything away. Whiplash, I can never decide which way, so I always display him with the second head in case I just walk by and say, you know what, I'm going to switch the heads on. I'm going to switch the heads. So I got both heads ready to go right here. So Whiplash through the years, I don't have any of my original He-Man figures from back in the day anymore, so don't get to compare those. But I got the 3 incarnations here, and that's good enough for me in my collection. I don't know about you, but what do you think about old Whiplash here? Easy pickup, easy pass, long gamer? Let me know your thoughts on Whiplash, whether or not you're going to pick this one up. Let me know your thoughts on the new Eternia figures as well. And don't forget to like this video. You made it this far. Don't forget to like it. And then, of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're here as well. All kinds of stuff going on this channel every single day. Even more content going on the Patreon every single day. And, of course, that is your best way to support this channel. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Metallica and new Eternia Whiplash, I am Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.